I would say when you first start, don't try to break the bank. Like you don't have to go and eat big ribeye steaks or ribs. You can get the cheaper meats like chicken or pork or I mean, even if you can only afford hot dogs, just even go with just hot dogs. You don't have to get the expensive meat because I know ribeye steaks and New York strips, all those meats can cost a lot of money if you can't afford it in the beginning. And get a meat thermometer if you can afford it. If not, one way with, I know chicken is more difficult to cook it. I always boil it first and then cook it with whatever seasonings I'm gonna cook it with because when you boil it, you're able to make sure it's fully cooked and the meat's more tender. It's not so dry. But I think in the beginning, you don't have to worry about spending so much money. I know a lot of people say, well, meat's more expensive than all the other stuff. In a
Yeah.
way, it kind of is, depending on what kind of meats you buy. But certain meats like pork and chicken and fish are not as expensive as beef. So
Mm.
you could even just do like ground beef, I found was a lot cheaper than steaks. And a lot of times I eat
Oh.
the ground beef or sometimes steaks, but I mainly eat ground beef or chicken and sometimes fish. Um, and also not to expect to lose weight so quickly. I think when people hear about carnivore, they're like, they want to see the results right away. And they're like, I need to see it now. Like, I'm not seeing nothing.
Exactly.
This isn't working. You have to give it time. Everybody's different and everybody's body reacts to it at a different rate.
Exactly.
Oh,
Mm.
and another thing I would say is definitely you need electrolytes. I feel like anybody who
Mhm.
starts carnivore diet, the biggest thing they talk about is upset stomach. I didn't have upset
Mm.
stomach for very long because I had electrolytes from the very beginning. I really feel like that's important because when I first started and I didn't have electrolytes for the first 2, 3 weeks, my stomach was upset. But as soon as
Mm.
I put electrolytes in, that all went away. Your body really needs electrolytes and salt
Yeah.
and more fat. A lot of people don't eat enough fat with carnivore diet.
Mm.